we're just in this crazy thing where all this stuff happens, and it's just, I don't know. You can't.
The problem is so many people that don't do that. They're not aware of how much influence is being peddled onto them. How much their mind and their opinion is being affected by this nonsense on social media, by bots and by all these different things. What you said about the zebras and the stripes is so fucking perfect. One of my favorite clips is Hillary Clinton when she was running. I think it was 2012. It might have been. When did he first become president? 2008, right? Obama? Yeah. It might have been 2008. But she was running, and she was more MAGA than MAGA. She was talking about the border and about people coming over here. If you want to stay, you get a stiff fine. And if you've done anything illegal, you get exported, no questions asked. And listen to this. Give me this full volume from the beginning. Wait till you hear this. This is wild.
So I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone. If they've been working and are law-abiding, we should say, here are the conditions for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes. And you have to try to learn English. And you have to wait in line.
You have Trump,
You have to wait in line. That's so MAGA. I mean,
but it just proves the point that none of that really means. They're sitting in the green room in the back before that speech, and there's like some stuff written out, and they're just like, oh, I got to try to remember all this crap. Like, none of that meant anything. You know, like, none of that. I don't think she even believed when she said it back then. In other words, it's all
thought
just
it was what the country wanted to hear. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's all focus group shit. It's all what the country wants to hear and what the party agrees upon, what the zebras all agree on. When you just said that, that's it perfectly. And as it morphs, as it gets into trans kids, you got to support trans people in the military. Whatever it is, they just all fucking hop in line. What flag am I putting in my Twitter bio?
And to go
today?
back to what you said at the beginning about those kids that are riding with and they don't really even know what they're riding. They got the mask on, but they're doing this, and it's like, I guess what I mean is there's a bunch of human beings on Earth, especially now, like in this sort of like American culture and all the other sub-series of it, like in, you know, Europe and everywhere is so Americanized now. But there's all these people who are really angry. It's kind of like it's the reason why, you know, there's so many of these videos where they interview like the Antifa dudes, and they don't really even know why they're not able to talk. They're not really able to articulate why they're there or what they believe. They're just there because they're just there to riot, you know?
Right.
There's this like general anger that I think that dwells in a lot of us towards the system that we realize is inefficient and ineffective and rigged, but it's just too complex, at least individually and through the means of the internet, for us to identify who our enemies really are. And so instead it's like, let's go catch some shit on fire, because at least it feels like we're doing something. Right. Even though, but I think there's a lot more in common between the patriotic cosplaying type people who talk all the time about, like, you know, that, and the people who are like Antifa. I actually think that they're two of the same cloth. They just both just don't really realize it. But I think like there is this really amazing sort of rebellious spirit of the left that just needs to be reintegrated into society with the right, and then it becomes unstoppable, and it no longer becomes a left and a right thing. But I just don't think, like, I'll give you another great example, like when I was younger, I'd go to some of these protests in D.C. and stuff, and I would always stay at George Washington University with these kids. And we were all in our early 20s probably, and we're all very, like, at that point there wasn't any, like,